Hello, my name is Elisa. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Germany, and I've been unable to experience positive emotions for 8 years now, but I really am okay. So, the reason I'm recording this video is to, maybe help some people accomplish the same, because it really wasn't very easy for me to accomplish this. So I thought I'd just share my personal coping methods, practical tips I've learned, observations I've made. Here I go. So I think when you first lose your positive emotions, there are obviously changes you'll be undergoing. And it's best if you develop an awareness of these changes before they begin to affect you in a negative way. One example of this is that, at least in my case, I started talking in a really deadpan way. I had next to no facial expressions, next to no body language, and it really weirded people out. So something I personally did was to actively focus on raising and lowering my voice, on smiling whenever I've been having positive thoughts. I was also focusing on my body language. Well, right now I'm not really a good example of this, I think, because English is not my first language, so speaking it does take me some effort. But at least in my personal life here in Germany, it really helped me interact with other people better and a lot more easier, just because I was behaving like a healthy person again, and by now I've reached a point people don't really notice it anymore, that something's wrong with me. What is also really important is to figure out what still makes you feel good and what still improves your mood. If you haven't been dealing with anhedonia for a long time yet, it may be difficult to notice that you can still be in a good mood, even though you don't have positive emotions. Obviously you will want to accomplish that as frequently as possible, and you will want to prevent everything that causes you to be in a bad mood and that causes you to experience negative emotions. For example, if you have other health problems, you should have those treated, even though you may not see any point in doing that due to your anhedonia, because nothing feels good anymore. Why am I even trying? Don't think that way. It makes a huge difference not to have any suicidal thoughts and not to feel miserable. So treat your depression, treat your anxiety, and have your physical health problems treated as well. It's obviously important to eat enough, sleep enough. If you cannot go outside like myself, because I will start dissociating for reasons I won't be going into detail about, get yourself some vitamin D supplements and a daylight therapy lamp to make up for the lack of sunlight you get. And when it comes to anhedonia, there are different types. For example, just because you don't feel any positive emotions, that doesn't have to mean that you cannot enjoy listening to music, that you cannot enjoy the nasty, that you cannot enjoy positive physical sensations, for example a hot shower or a massage. So you really have to capitalize on anything that still makes you feel good in a way and that still improves your mood. In my case, it's mostly intellectual and creative stimulation. So I decided to actively seek out people who can stimulate me intellectually with good conversations and interesting thoughts. And I've also picked up writing as a hobby. And it's been working out really nicely for me. When dealing with other people, when interacting with them, you obviously do not want them to be negatively impacted by your condition. So focus on your thoughts more than on your emotions. For example, avoid phrases like, I'd be happy for you now, but, seeing you would have made me happy, but. Just tell them that you're happy to see them, just tell them that you're happy for them. They will get that you will not be able to feel happy for them in an emotional sense, but it's your thoughts that count and not your emotions. Also, just simulating emotions goes a really long way, both for yourself and for other people, because first of all, it makes interacting with you a lot less awkward, and secondly, it may cause other people to experience positive emotions, which you then can experience second hand. And if you see that you are making someone happy with your words, with your actions, with your behavior, or even just by smiling at them, that will allow you to become more aware of the power you still have, of the influence you still have on other people, on your surroundings. Because obviously suffering from anhedonia will make you feel powerless pretty often. So you need to remind yourself of the changes you can still make, both to your own way of living and to your environment. Also, if you ever feel like you are incomplete or like you are a shell instead of a person, think about it like this. If you can still see how amazing other people are, if you can still see their positive traits and what they are capable of, how they influence you and how they impact your life in a positive way, even though you cannot experience positive emotions, it will be the same vice versa. They will still see the other things that make you you, the other things that make you amazing, the other things that make you pleasant to be around, and they will appreciate you for that. If someone really thinks that you are incomplete and trying to make you feel guilty for not having positive emotions, then, well, that is their issue and not yours. What can also really help you become more self-confident and develop a better self-esteem again is interacting with animals, because animals are honest, they are sincere, and well, you'll find out pretty quickly if they like you or not. And if an animal can still come to like you as a person, if an animal expresses happiness upon seeing you, that says a lot about you as a person, because again, it's not a lie, it's nothing they are trying to make you believe in order to make you feel better. Animals don't think in that way, so you can pretty much trust them when they express happiness upon seeing you. What is also important when interacting with other people is, well, you shouldn't accuse them of being insincere just because they cannot understand you or relate to you. If they are doing their best to make you feel better, to make you feel less miserable, and if they are actively there for you, then that is really admirable and important. And well, since you also cannot really relate to their experiences and are also still doing your best to be there for them, I think you can just acknowledge that it's important and meaningful regardless. I will probably make another video about Anhedonia in the near-ish future. Well, either about more coping methods and tricks, or about, well, how to be a good friend to a person fighting Anhedonia. But for now, I'll just say this. Even though it's difficult to cure right now, there's constant progress in the field of medicine. So if you keep fighting, and if you can still say that, well, that you're a person, once you've reached that conclusion, your life is still worth living. And of course, I wish you nothing but success on your recovery and, well, for your personal battles. Bye bye.